All right, first of all, shout out to everybody that was on the live commentary today. All right, listen, it was a phenomenal fight. Ortiz against Bohachuk was a great fight. It was the best fight of the year. All right, so there's no denying that it was the best fight of the year. All right, there was so many rounds where there was a back and forth. There's the fight was very competitive. But with that being said, the way I scored this fight, I scored it for Bohachuk because he was just more consistent. I thought he was more effective. All right. The jabs, the right hands, and even the counters. The volume, I thought he was more effective with the two knockdowns. Not just with the two knockdowns, but just his punches seemed to be more effective to me throughout the fight. Ortiz, yes. Was he effective at times? Yes. He landed some big shots. All right. He did buzz and hurt Bohachuk a couple times in this fight. But Bohachuk landed more. From what I've seen, he landed more. He had the more effective punches. I think his jab was more consistent. There were rounds where Ortiz, like the 11th round, when he started to move and started to jab on the move and stuff. And it was a great round for where I think the Ortiz best rounds were the 11th and the second round. But the 11th round was a very, very good round for him. And I thought the way he fought in the 11th round was exactly how he should have been fighting since the beginning of the fight. The fight started out phone booth fight. They were both trading. And I think because of that way that they fought, it just never stopped. And Ortiz gassed earlier. He started the fight in spurts, whereas Bohachuk was more consistent, always letting his hands go. Were either one of them really that accurate? No. Were either one of them great defensively? No. But Bohachuk was consistent. And even though it was a great fight and there was some great moments, I think round of the year was in this fight. I think the fight was fight of the year, but it was also robbery of the year. And I rarely call out robberies, but that was a robbery. Ortiz did not win this fight without the knockouts to me. He did not win this fight without the knockouts. He still lost the fight. Without the knockouts, he still lost the fight. But I knew what it was. Ortiz, they're trying to get him in there with Crawford. He's undefeated. This is a golden boy card. I get it. We know how this thing we love works. But he did not win the fight. I think Bohachuk, I gave him 8 rounds. 2 rounds I couldn't decide. They were just too close. That was the third and the last one. I think the only clear rounds I gave to Ortiz was the second and the 11th. I'm not saying that Ortiz didn't win any rounds between. I thought the first round Ortiz would have won if they didn't count the knockout. The knockdown. But it was a knockdown. It was a clear knockdown. We didn't need to see a replay. It was an overhand right that connected. It was clean, and he went down. And he disputed both knockdowns. They were clean knockdowns. I'm very disappointed in the outcome of this fight. I'm very, very disappointed in the outcome. And it's been a while since a clear robbery to me. This is a clear robbery. There's no way Virgil Ortiz won that fight. To win is crazy. To draw is crazy. He lost the fight. The other opponent, Bohachuk, he was better throughout the fight. It was good. It was good. And the rounds were close, but Ortiz wasn't winning. It's one thing to say, all right, the rounds were close and competitive, but he wasn't winning. Bohachuk was in control longer, and he was able to hurt Ortiz, not just knock him down, but you can tell when the shots hurt. Because Ortiz, he would acknowledge it at times, or he would go crazy and start throwing hands harder, but he would just keep getting caught. Bohachuk was the 1-2 connected so much, and it felt like Bohachuk was just better tonight. It is what it is. I think Ortiz, with a different strategy, would have or maybe could have won. But Bohachuk, whether they were on the outside, whether they were on the inside, he was just a better fighter to me. He was just better. You know, Ortiz got a great jab. Bohachuk's jab, the way he used it to set up the right hand behind it was on point. Ortiz did some great body work, but so did Bohachuk. You know, Ortiz did good body work, but he wasn't able to hurt or like knock him down or like really slow him down. Bohachuk never let us. He kept throwing punches. You know, and some of the exchanges he was just winning. I just thought everything he did a little bit better. You know, I'm saying things in detail, but I think everything that they both were doing and having success with, I just thought Bohachuk was doing it a little better. And out of the majority, you only seen a few of you disagree. You know, I like Virgil. I'm a big fan. I wanted him to win. I want to see him against Bud. I want to see him against Tim Tszyu. I want to see him against Boots Ennis. I don't want to see Bud fight Bohachuk. I didn't want Bohachuk to win. I wanted Ortiz to win. I like him. I've been watching him. I put money on him. But he didn't win the fight. This was a robbery. Especially with the 2 knockdowns. Any somewhat close rounds that went to Ortiz, it's still canceled out by Bohachuk scoring 2 knockdowns. Like, in what way did Ortiz win this fight? I get it. We like him. He's a star. This is Golden Boy. I get it. He didn't win the fight. This was an upset. And many of us knew it was a dangerous opponent. We knew Bohachuk was tough. We knew that Ortiz was fighting at 54 against a real fighter. Well, now we know what we get. He fought a guy that had experience in fighting him, and this is why the guy was smiling and confident all the way up until when the fight started, even while they were fighting. The guy was confident the whole time. The guy was still smiling after the fight was over. That's how confident he was. He know he wants to fight. We know he won the fight. Again, Ortiz, a good fighter. And, you know, we're still going to continue to see, you know, we're going to get big fights for him, but it is what it is. He lost the fight, you know. And I'm just disappointed because I thought that, you know, we had such a great fight and it ruined the fight, which I believe to be fight of the year. Yeah, I thought it was the best fight. I think somebody called it early after the second or third round. But as the fight went on, it kept getting better. And them trading and hurting each other and twice in the same round. You know what I mean? I think those were great moments. I actually was rooting for Ortiz to pull it off at the end. You know, I thought in the 11th round he was going to get Bohachuk out of here. You know, there was moments where I thought he was going to turn around. And I'm like, I'm giving you commentary, but I'm rooting for the guy. But you got to be fair. He lost the fight. You know? He got outworked. He got outlanded. Bohachuk was just better. I don't know how many different ways I could say it. All right. But I do believe that this is a robbery. And I think this is the worst one. I thought this was a clear win for Bohachuk by the rounds, not even by the knockdowns. All right. I guess Ortiz against Bud next, you know, unless Ortiz, you know, I'm listening to Oscar. I'm listening to Turkey. Turkey saying one thing. Turkey saying he wants Bud Crawford. Oscar will say that, but he'll throw Tim Tszyu in the mix. You know, even Ortiz, you know, he is a WBC interim champion, but even him, he brought up the winner of Fedor and Spence. I do not think that for 1 second that Golden Boy and Ortiz or anyone from Golden Boy wants Bud next. I think Turkey wants that, but I think they want a Tim Tszyu or a Spence Fedor winner. You know, more. All right. Can't blame him after that performance. You know, I'm not shitting on his performance. I'm shitting on the judges. All right. I just want to make that clear. Virgil fought hard and he gave us the best fight of the year. Performance wise, it was good. But did he win? Absolutely not. Just want to make that clear. I will rewatch the fight. You know, anything that I think is gonna start a whole, you know, I think this is gonna be a big deal. You know, on social media for the next couple of days. So I will rewatch the fight. You know, and rescore it. All right. We also got probably knockout of the year with Angelo Leo and Luis Alberto Lopez getting knocked out. I think that was probably the craziest knockout of the year. At least that I can remember. All right. I couldn't give you guys commentary because that fight was on simultaneously. But you know, we'll get around to it. All right. But anyway, I'm just wanted to make a quick recap. Please subscribe to the channel. You know, if you enjoy the content, like the video, and let me know how you feel in the comments. You know, like I was asking you guys on a live, am I bugging? Did Virgil really win? Was it, you know, did you have the rounds closer? How did you guys score it? I would like to know that in the comments. Drop the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Y'all have a good night. Peace.